Hello guys, and welcome to the start of an absolutely, I can't even talk already, an absolutely hectic day today. Got a big snowstorm coming, we've got a million things to do. First thing we have to do, this trailer here is loaded full of metal, and there's some more stuff down below I gotta grab. This is all stuff from the homestead, old appliances and stuff. I gotta go dump this, and then I gotta come back and hook up the plow to the 19, hook this trailer up to the 2020 and head over and load it up with stuff from the shed, take it over to the homestead. We got a shipping container there, and then clean up the yard over there, shingles, insulation, all kinds of stuff scattered all over the place. We got to get cleaned up before we get a foot of snow tonight. So yeah, hectic day. Well, let's get a little cold start action here on this guy. 111,000 kilometers. Hey guys, well, we got some problems right now. Fired this truck up, no problem. It's got a half a tank in it. This truck, just running around so much. I didn't even realize that this truck has like basically no fuel in it, and it's been like minus 15 the last 2 days. That is a bad idea. Too much going on. I would never normally do that in the winter time, and now I'm paying for it because it does not want to start. I don't want to burn the freaking pump out. Okay, well, I'm gonna go get a jug of fuel, I guess, and hope that does it. All right, so we got the 2020 fired up like a charm. Obviously, this truck had some fuel in it, so I'm gonna go grab 40 liters of fuel, and hopefully, just the extra fuel does what we need it to do, and it can start pulling it. Every friggin' 2 or 3 trucks need DEF. 1 truck needs fuel. Did not need this right now. My fault though. Alright guys, so as things would have it, plans have changed again. So with this snow coming, one of my biggest priorities is to be ready in case we have power outages. So I need to be ready to deploy generators. So I need my enclosed trailer, which is not here. I need the tracks on the bike, which are not on. They are on the back of the trailer here now. So I just went and dumped this load of metal, stopped, got the tracks. Now I'm heading over to the homestead to get the enclosed trailer and bring back here. Then I gotta pull the bike in, the tracks inside the garage, get them on, get the generators in the trailer, get the sled, the generator sled all geared up. And all right, so GoPro died. Anywho, I'm not sure what it recorded and what it didn't, so I'll have to edit through some of this stuff or just include all this. But anyway, change of plans, as always happens. You know, one of my big things that I do, especially during storms, is emergency response during power outages, which involves deploying generators. And in snowstorms, we have the tracks on the ATVs and like a sled geared up that we put the generators on and haul them into sites and keep the sites powered up. Service going, you know, all the police repeaters going, fire department, all that sort of stuff. And I don't have the tracks on the bike yet, and I don't even have the trailer at my house. So I went and picked up the tracks after I dumped that load of metal. So they're at the house. So now I'm going over to the homestead to pick up my enclosed trailer, bringing back to the house, and then I will take the ATV in the garage, put the tracks on, and then get the trailer ready. Get the, you know, the generators in there. I can only fit one in there with the bike. I should have had a 14-foot or 16-foot trailer, and so I got to get the generator in there, all the fuel tanks, the cords, the sled, all that stuff in there ready to go. And then I still need to get the plow mounted on the 19 and get that ready and wait and see what happens, really. And I just spoke to a guy who's at my house right now at the homestead. He said it's actually snowing there already. So yes, you know what? Everything is completely and utterly disorganized right now. I take absolute full responsibility for that. I am just spread way too thin right now. There's too much stuff going on. I'm getting pulled in so many different directions. I don't have a whole lot of help. My father is gracious enough, you know, to come over and help me out quite a bit. And if we get called out in the storm, then him and one of my guys will be called in. But this is the stuff that, you know, like, people don't see. You know, as an owner, you got to run around and do so many things during the day, and then if you get called out at nighttime, you could be out all night. It's things that people don't see. They just, you know, they see you driving a nice truck or whatever, and that's what they think. You know, everyone's famous saying is, it must be nice, but trust me, it wasn't nice this morning when the truck was basically out of fuel and wouldn't start, but that got fired up. It wasn't nice when the ATV was dead, and I got that fired up. It wasn't nice when everything's frozen, completely solid. You know, got that geared up. And now I'm running around trying to arrange 15 different things at one time. But, you know, that's my fault. A lot of it's my fault just for being disorganized and just having too much going on. But anyway, we are heading directly into the storm because it's coming from the west and coming across the northeast. So by the time we get there, it's going to be probably, ground could be covered. I mean, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But we've got a long few hours left ahead of us just to get ready. So it's 10:45 right now. Be curious to see what time it is once I have the ATV geared up, the trailer geared up, and everything ready to go. But hammer down time, guys. All right, first time pulling in my homestead driveway here while it's snowing and snow on the ground. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to, on the way by, I'm going to fire up the excavator and I'm going to hook onto the dump trailer that I used last night to load all those brick in from my chimney, and I'm going to take that over by the garage pad and dump that. And I know I'm going to need the excavator to scrape it off because there's no way that is lifting that whole load. And then I'm gonna hook up to my enclosed trailer and head on out of here. I don't want all that snow on top of all the weight that's already there, add more weight to it. But yeah, the first snowfall here at the homestead. Looks pretty nice. Okay, let's fire this thing up. Okay guys, well, it's starting to get pretty nasty out there. We're hooked up to the enclosed trailer now. And that was eventful because the dump trailer had a flat tire, so we picked up a nail somewhere. I had to fill the tire up with air and then go dump all those brick. And the trailer, honestly, that capacitor system in that new 16-foot dump trailer, I'm gonna rip it out and put a normal battery in there because I've had nothing but problems with that thing. This truck here, the 2020, is the one that it worked on, and it's not even really doing anything with this truck right now. So that's coming out. A battery's going in. Had no issues with my big techs at all. Replaced the battery once in 5 years, and it dumps every freaking time I try. So we've got the trailer, we've got the tracks at the house, we've got the bike at the house. So now it's time to go back and throw those things on. I just got a phone call and a couple emails came through for some snow clearing to be done at some sites tomorrow for a generator project they got going on. So I got to arrange that along the route, and a couple more emails come in for other stuff for work. So anyway, yeah, winter is officially here. That is for sure. That is for sure. These tires, they've got I don't know, what do they got? They've got 37,000 kilometers on them, whatever that is, 22, 23, 24, 5,000 miles. They still got lots of tread. They're holding up pretty good here right now. I am in four-wheel drive. I have the trailer behind me. It is a bit windy, so it's basically just a big blimp back there blowing around. But everything feels nice in here. I do have the exhaust brake on, engine brake on, just because, you know, if you need to come to a stop, that actually slows you down better, you know, gradually, versus, you know, jamming the brakes on or something, because then you just end up sliding. But I will say one thing that about these, both having the wider tires, the offset in the front, and not having mud flaps sticking out enough. Wintertime, that mirror just gets absolutely murdered in salt, and it makes it very difficult to see out of it. So those are the sacrifices you make when you go for, you know, looks over practicality and functionality. Okay guys, we made it back to the yard with the truck and trailer. So the next thing I'm gonna do before the weather gets too bad here, because the storm's coming this way, I gotta get the trailer unhooked here from this truck, and then I'm going to come over here, hook up to this trailer, pull this out of the way because it's really tight to get on the proper angle for my plow here, pull this out of the way, back that in here, and then get hooked up to this plow. So here's the only thing. This plow has never been hooked up to that truck. This plow was used for my 17, which had the mount to the very bottom. This truck here has the mount one notch up, and it won't quite line up for the pins to pop in place. So I'm gonna get a jack and jack it this plow up so that it clips in place, and then it'll be on. But getting it off is gonna be a pain in the butt because I just don't have time to lower it. You can see it can come down one more notch, so it's gonna be a bit of a pain in the butt here right now, but that's what's gonna happen for today, and I'll have to deal with it another day when I have more time, whenever the heck that is. But anywho, and you can see that one bolt there in the bottom is bent up a bit, but bolt hole. So that's the next step, get this thing fired up. I thought that was easy this morning, but end up not being. Let's see here. Make sure she's working good right now. Alright, yeah, we're sweet now. Every single truck I have, the 550, this 350, and my 2020 needs stuff fluid. What a pain that stuff is, guys. Alright, we just knocked another one off the list. Plow is mounted, but definitely needs some adjustments done to it, that's for sure. It took quite a bit with the jack to get it up in place. It's gonna be very interesting trying to get that off, but I'll probably just have to jack it up again and then fidget back and forth, and hopefully it comes off. But the main bracket here, like this had to come up a lot in order to get this to go on. So I definitely got to bring the mount down. Yeah. Or up. I got to figure this out. Today's not the day for that, but anyway, it is on here, and this is the first time that I've seen, or I've had, this plow on this truck. I always had my red plow on this truck, but there it is. So hopefully it all works out. I don't think it's coming off, that's for sure. Yeah, we got the LED lights on this one. She's locked in place there, and it's locked in place there, so that's the main thing. Okay, that job is done. The next job, get the tracks on the bike. Alright, we got the front two tires off. I've only ever done this once, but now that the hardware is there, it's not near as bad as what it is the first time. So I gotta take a look at this and figure out which one goes on which side, and then they just kind of bracket down over the A-frame there in the front, the A-arm, and that's pretty much all she wrote. So it shouldn't be too bad, but we're gonna wait and see here. Last time I did it, I had a buddy with me. We did it in a jam before we had to go to Moncton, but I'm doing it in a jam now before I potentially have to go. So short, looks like, but Anyway, so step one, wheels are off, jacked up nice and high. I'll put the front two on first, then jack it back up, take this back two off. The battery's toast. I let the thing run for about 3 or 4 hours and shut it off, went to start it, and no good. So I think I do have a spare battery down in the shed, so I'll have to go grab that. Just adding to the list of things today. You know, what can you say? Okay, well, my back is absolutely killed, but they are on. There she is. She's a mean looking beast once those things go on there, that's for sure. All right, that's the next step done. Tracks are on. So now I've got to get the generators, which are down there, inside the trailer, get the sled loaded up inside the trailer, get the bike inside the trailer, and ready to go. So you know, 5 or 6 more steps to do, and then I'll be done. And maybe then I'll be plowing or getting called out to deploy generators. I mean, who knows? Who really knows? All I know is I need some muscle and back medication. That's for sure. We're on the last leg, the last step of things to do. We got to fill up the 2020. So we've got the generator, one generator, the bike inside the trailer, second generator, jugs will have to get loaded on once, if the guys get called out, because they'll be taking the 2020. So it'll be the first time someone else really using this truck for work other than me. Other than like me or my wife driving it alone. My father's driven it with me in it a couple times, but that's it. They'll have to load this on the back, so the tonneau cover is going to cause them grief. I just hope nothing gets broken. Anyway, so we got the plow on the 19. That's full of fuel, ready to go. A jug of friggin' EPA juice in this. We got a jug of EPA juice in this. I just got to grab some gloves. There's a bolt that I need that's missing out of the skis. So I gotta stop at Canadian Tire and pick that up. Okay, the mission for today is almost complete. It is nasty out here right now. Yes, yes, yes it is. So I've got the truck back in, or drifting. So I got the truck back in stock mode for a couple reasons. One reason is sport mode, level 5, whatever I had it on for or something. That's just a bit too touchy. A bit too touchy when it's snow on the ground. I'm getting my seatbelt on here. It's touchy all the time, but it's extremely touchy when you got a bunch of snow on the ground. And then the other reason is the guys, or one of my guys, he hasn't driven this truck yet, and this truck's got a lot of power and it's fast anyway in stock. It's very, very, very responsive in sport mode, so he doesn't need to be playing around with that for the first time driving this truck in a snowstorm, hauling a trailer, doing donuts all over the place, not really trying to. But the truck still does, the tires do still have pretty good traction. I'm clipping along pretty good right there. Now if I had to come to a stop quick, then I wouldn't stop quick. But anyway, we're pretty much wrapped up for today. When I do get back, I'm gonna put a jug of washer fluid into the 19, and I just picked up some window cleaner and cleaned the mirrors in this truck because they were extremely dirty. And again, that's not something that I need them dealing with for driving it the first time, trying to back up a trailer and you can't see out your mirrors. So the mirrors are completely spotless now. I bought this spray for the first time, and I bought these glass towels, and holy crap, did they ever work. They worked really good. But here it is, 6:42. By the time I go in and have a shower and have a bite to eat, hopefully Bauer is still awake, because I haven't seen him really at all. I haven't seen him for like 12 hours, so I'd like to see him if he's still awake, and maybe even put him to bed. And the game plan is that I'll be heading out to go plowing starting at like 3:30 or 4 o'clock, because I got a bunch of work sprung on me about 3 hours ago that need to be done, and they're my biggest client, so can't say no to them at all. So I'm gonna be traveling quite a bit in the 19, plowing some of these locations because they're completely scattered all over the place. I don't know, the lights aren't on, so it doesn't look good for tucking Bauer in, but we'll do right there. The camera works well in this situation. But anyway, guys, that is gonna wrap it up for this one. There's a good chance I'll be making a video while I'm plowing and doing all the stuff I'm gonna be doing tomorrow, but we will have to wait and see. I just checked this truck for my POV mount and my shoulder mount, and I don't see either one of them. So I'm gonna try to locate those before I head back out, because if I don't have those when I'm plowing, I can't really give you guys a whole lot of footage as far as it goes. I can't really hold the camera and plow at the same time, but I still might take you along, who knows. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video. And anyone that's out doing this work, anyone in Nova Scotia, you know, stay safe, get the job done, and we will see you next time. All right, guys, bye.